This past May, a group of parishioners, including Deacon Chuck, Peter Hughes, Dave Frankie, and Mary and Peter Valentino, traveled to Haiti to visit our sister parish, Our Lady of Seven Sorrows. Upon arrival at Port-au-Prince International Airport, we were greeted by our driver, Enoch Michel. Enoch greeted us with handshakes and hugs, as if meeting long-lost family members. This was one of many warm greetings we would receive this week. The first few days of our journey were spent in Port-au-Prince, where we had the opportunity to visit an orphanage, after-school feeding program, and a neighborhood medical clinic.
Our first, and for me most difficult visit in Haiti, was to Mother Teresa's Hospital for Children. The children here are in very serious condition, suffering from dehydration, severe malnutrition, meningitis, and other life-threatening illnesses. This hospital is nothing like we are accustomed to. There are no labs or advanced diagnostic equipment, and supplies seem to be very limited. Upon entering the hospital, you are immediately faced with the outstretched arms of these little ones longing to be held. Within minutes, everyone in our group was holding one or more babies, providing them with the human touch they deserve. We had the opportunity to feed these children. One of the most impressive things for me is how the older children of 4 or 5 years helped the younger ones into their chairs, brought them their food, and helped with the feeding. They weren't asked to do it, they just instinctively took care of those less able. We would witness this type of caring and sharing spirit many times during our week in Haiti. About midway through our visit, a radiant young girl of perhaps 8 or 9 years, dressed in a beautiful long white dress, approached each of us without uttering a word and gently kissed our cheeks as if to say, "Thank you for coming." Not a word was spoken, and as quietly as she appeared, she left. We were touched by an angel that day.
On the second day of our trip, we visited the Outreach to Haiti Clinic. This is what remains of the clinic after the earthquake of 2010. Sister gave us a tour of the clinic and also walked us through the neighborhood with 2 of her visiting nurses. It was this day that we actually peered into some of the homes of the people of Haiti. People were living in lean-tos, cinder block one-room structures with dirt floors, no kitchen or bath to speak of, no comforts of home. I remember thinking at this time that there is nowhere to escape to. No hot bath to unwind in, no air-conditioned bedroom with soft, clean sheets and blankets, just a sweltering shack with a straw bed and a pot simmering in the corner. It was a sobering moment. I remember feeling shame for anything that I felt I had the right to complain about up to that point in my life. Despite these horrific conditions, the people smiled and said bonjour as we walked by. On our way back to the clinic, I snapped this picture of a tap-tap. It says, "Jesus, thank you for everything."
After the museum on the last day, we lunched at the Olafson Hotel. It was there that we sat and relaxed and tried to process all that we had seen that day and that week. Personally, my level of awareness was raised by this trip. Awareness of the struggles and history of the Haitian people. Awareness of the poverty and destruction that they endure. Awareness of their pureness of heart and their deep sense of gratitude and faith. Awareness of the fact that I've taken so much for granted. We've been blessed with much.
We went to Haiti to learn of their culture and to consider a way to give back to these people. But instead we received much more than we could have imagined. It was us who were treated by the people like we were long-lost family members. It was us who were hugged by the children that we'd never met before. And it was us who were thanked by the older men and women who have nothing to offer but pure gratitude. When we were leaving the mission house on our last day, our driver, Enoch Michel, asked us when would we return. We told him that we'd be back next year. He responded to us in his Creole accent, "I will wait for you. We are family now." This past September, a group of parishioners including Bruce Palmatier, Dave Rolfing, Claire Dwyer, Sue Iskerski, Kevin Kaufman, and Christine Granja traveled to our sister parish, Our Lady of Seven Sorrows, to celebrate their feast day.
Our 5-day trip in September seemed to fly by. On our first night in Haiti, we were joined at dinner at the mission house by the General Director of Scouts de Haiti, Nicolas Clairville, and Brunel Etienne, their international director. These gentlemen met with Dave Rolfing to discuss a request by Father Tristan that a Boy Scout group be established at Our Lady of Seven Sorrows. Dave acted as intermediary, and the result was an agreement to establish the Scout group and, importantly, to train adult Scout leaders. This will be of significant benefit to the youth of Grand Village. The next day, Saturday, was feast day for Our Lady of Seven Sorrows. It began with an amazing 3-hour Mass, filled with music and liturgical dance, concelebrated by the Archbishop and more than 20 other priests from across Haiti, including our very own Father Tristan. Our trip continued for 3 more days with multiple opportunities to meet and interact with the beautiful people of Grand Village and the surrounding chapels. The last evening was spent back at the mission house in Pétionville, where we travelers from Sacred Heart sat and reflected on exactly what had happened during this wonderful time. And what we realized was just how much this twinning relationship has grown over the past 4 years between our 2 parishes. That growth was made very clear to us by the mutual trust and friendship we experienced.
I sensed a stronger feeling than ever before that Father Tristan is hopeful and trusting of our twinning relationship. There was much greater participation with parishioners, parish council, and the choir. I was so impressed with how freely and honestly they all spoke and shared so naturally with such honesty.
I felt that the whole attitude of the Grand Boulage community towards us demonstrated the development of our relationship. The ease of access and of interaction was much different this time and was quite genuine. Father Tristan made everything available to us. The village tour, the meeting with the parish council and the ministry leaders, the meeting with the chapel directors and with the faculty at the central school all showed this. We were able to see and learn a lot of important and necessary things, and that can only serve to strengthen our bond.
We were taken on a very thorough walking tour of the village. We were shown the classrooms, the storage rooms for the books and supplies, and our meetings with the teachers and chapel directors really went into great depth and detail, with them not holding back any information. They were ready to share detailed information and shed light on how their educational system works. They were honest and candid with how they receive some state assistance as well as what they receive from other organizations such as We Care, and even revealed to us that there is a separate privately run secondary school held in Grand Village. Several teachers we met teach youngsters in the morning and attend this secondary school in the afternoons. On the walking tour, we were shown many more homes, and in particular, ones being repaired with our support, as well as ones being built by Food for the Poor. There was no skirting around that fact. Father Tristan was very candid and open with us. Food for the Poor has a fairly large presence in Grand Village, in addition to the support we offer with housing repairs. This indicates to me that there is a significant level of trust we have built with Father Tristan and the whole village.
Clearly, their needs and priorities are those that benefit the greater community. They all seem so grateful and so eager to grow in relationship with us. I thought we did a wonderful job in conveying that our twinning relationship is mutually beneficial, that we also grow from this relationship on so many levels.
My last trip to Haiti was in 2009, when we had yet to twin with any parish. I can recall vividly how awkward our interactions were with the people of Grand Village. We listened carefully, but in 2009, we knew it was going to be a slow process. Now, we have earned their trust. They seem comfortable to be with us, speak openly to all of us. We are no longer viewed as outsiders en blanc, which is derived from the French word blanc, or white, the term used for any stranger, regardless of race. I was so amazed at how the youthful choir communicated with Kevin on Sunday evening. The questions he posed to them created a wonderful atmosphere of open exchange. They kept their own questions coming as well, and certainly there was no reservation on their part to be open. They laughed and kidded, and we had a wonderful time. We learned they didn't realize that their music, dance, and commitment to God were anything special. It was just a part of their culture. They love what they do, and it is evident, and they want to do more. When the questions were exhausted, we all helped Father Tristan and several parishioners dish up and serve plates of food to over 150 people. We wondered, would there be enough? But like the loaves and the fishes, no one went hungry. The patience and the manners spoke volumes of the young people. Row after row, dishes passed, patience evidenced, as well as their gratefulness. Not until all of them had been given a plate and their prayer took place did they share in their meal of joy.
The program has gone from a mere concept through discernment to, frankly, a thriving reality. I recall the first days hearing of it and hearing about the needs of Grand Village, and now we see a new church building well underway. We see new schoolrooms up and being used. We see new books for children, teachers actually being paid, and homes being repaired. But those are physical things. Even more important are the spiritual and personal connections. We've gone from being blondes to recognized individuals who keep coming back and are welcomed with open arms. We have prayer partners who actively sought out their partners, who hugged and greeted each other, who had a real connection and were thrilled to find their partners, as if they were long-lost family members. That is truly incredible when you think about it, all in the space of 4 years.
I was so touched by the fact that my prayer partner sought me out after Mass and thought enough to return the next day holding my picture, as well as a picture that he wanted me to have of him and his mother. That's building relationship. And the young woman holding up Pat O'Leary's picture the next morning on our walk through the village. That's building relationship.
This one small gesture of prayer partners has deepened our relationship and one another's faith. The people there are so receptive to praying for us. I really sense that they feel like they are contributing to the relationship by being a prayer partner, and they truly are. It has also opened them up to us. They are much less shy and reserved than they have been in the past. It is the best way to break the ice with them.
Our trips are always so enriching and enlightening. However, this time I felt a much deeper sense of trust and commitment from our friends in Grand Village.
One evening, sitting around the table in the rectory, we had a very relaxed, casual after-dinner conversation with Father Tristan, where one of us commented on the relationship, joking around. It's like a courtship, and Father Tristan replied with a big smile on his face, "No, we are married now." We all laughed, and importantly, it felt like we had moved on to another level.
Every one of them has a story to tell, and each life is a gift, God-given. I think that when we give meaning and purpose to our lives and the lives of others, we show that we value that gift. When we care for each other, when we bring light into the lives of others with love and gentleness, I think we must make God smile.